Guys, please check your audio and video settings, please. Yeah, other day I was talking about JPA repository. As part of JPA repository, I said we'll see 1, 2 methods because remaining all methods are common methods, right? Okay. So let us complete another method we marked for demonstration, that is delete all in batch, right? Delete all in batch. What's the specialty of this method, guys? This method uses single SQL query, though it is deleting multiple entities. JPA repository, guys. Yes, this is the method. Yeah, this is the method we are having. Done. Deletes the entities identified by the given entities using single query. This kind of operation leaves JPA's first level cache and database out of sync. Consider flushing the entity manager before calling this method. Consider flushing the entity manager. This one. Okay. It depends upon underlying ORM we are using, boss. That's not a big issue now. Okay. It's basically JPA method. ID. Okay, list of IDs. Shall we go for practicals of this? Yes, this is our JPA repository, boss. Then what is this? iCorona. Yeah, that is, you need not to touch. Go for service class. Go for service class. Tell me here. Public string. What is that? Public string. Remove vaccines by IDs, by registration numbers. Okay, registration numbers. Tell me, this is expecting what? Iterable IDs. Iterable IDs. Array, we have developed similar thing, guys. Come on. Iterable long registration numbers. Iterable long registration numbers. Yes, boss. Now go for implementation class, guys. Go for implementation class. Done. Tell me, in the implementation class, what we have to do? In the implementation class, what we have to do, guys? Come on. Okay, I want to have a message. I don't want to just do the delete operation. I want to have a message. Okay, what should I do, guys? Yes, guys. Iterable. Come on. Corona. Iterable corona vaccine. List entities is equal to. Come on, guys. Corona repo dot find all by IDs. What is that? Find all by IDs. Registration numbers. Find all by IDs. Registration numbers. If they are there, come on, guys. Find all by IDs. I want to delete. Find all by IDs. Yes, I'm just trying to check whether they are available or not. Okay. Now listen. If you don't use arrays.as list, it is giving hand, guys. As we learned other day, what we have to do. List of, go for casting with list, right? List entities. List entities dot size. Okay, list entities dot size not equal to 0. List entities dot size not equal to 0. Is that clear, guys? If it is not equal to 0, that means if records are there. If records are there, getting my point there or not? Okay. Records are there. Then what should I do? Then what should I do here? Come on. Corona repo dot delete all in batch. Delete all in batch from JPA repository. Where is this? Delete all in batch IDs, where we can see that is entities. I'm looking for delete all. This one. Okay. Here is our registration numbers. Here is our registration numbers. Okay. Now listen here. What is this? Return. Return. Okay. Return. I'm taking this method. Size, number of records are deleted. Okay. Number of records are deleted. Otherwise, if condition is not satisfied, records not found to delete. Not found for deletion. Records not found for deletion. Yeah, this is the condition I am writing, guys. Okay, go to this one. Runner class, guys. Runner class. Go to runner class. Yes, boss. Try, guys. Try. Now tell me here, what is the story? Sysout, service dot remove actions by registration numbers. We have so many things. Tables. Tell me here. Corona vaccines. Corona underscore vaccine data. So we'll take some 44, 48, 49. 44L, 48L, then 49L. Okay. 44L, 49L, this one. What's the problem? Oh, 3 lakh. Here we have to use list dot off, guys. list dot of this one. List dot of this. Catch data access exception, guys. DAE dot print stack trace. DAE dot print stack trace. Okay, let's run the application. Was Control F11. Taking bit of time. Yeah, 3 number of records are deleted because all 3 records are there. And it is using what class, guys? Where in, okay, in class it is using. Did you notice it, guys? It is using what? In class for selection in class, and moreover single query. Did you notice that single query? Are you observing it? Yes. Okay, run the same application. Earlier we got multiple queries. They have gone to database software as a batch, but here single query is used. Did you notice that? Okay, records not found. Records not found for a deletion. So when already there, it is giving the message. Okay, condition is not satisfied. That method is not at all executed. Did you observe that, boss? Okay, next one more thing. One more attempt. Earlier, what happened? If any one record is not found, earlier we used to get an exception, right? If any one record, one ID is not found for deleting record in the batch of deletes, we used to get exception, right? Okay, now let's try this one. Here, I don't think you will get exception. Okay, see here, refresh, gone. 50 there, come on. 50 there, 51, 52. 50 I will give. Remaining, I will give another numbers. 50 I will give here. Okay. 44, 40, 66. Remaining are not there. Okay. Control F11. Control F11. Yes. In class, one number of record is deleted. Did you notice that, boss? Okay. Right. This is more useful, no doubt in that. Code in service IMPL class. Code in service IMPL class. Code in runner class. Code in runner class. Okay. Code in runner class. Question. What is the difference between delete all in batch, delete all in batch, iterable ID, IDs of JPA repository and the same method of crude repository. Same method of code repository. And same method of crude repository. Okay, let me confirm. Here we are having, what is the super important? Crude repository we are having, boss. In code repository, we are having what? Delete all by ID. What is this? Delete all by ID. In here, what is there? Delete all, delete all, delete all by ID in batch. Okay. Delete all ID. I'll write the method names properly. Wait. Okay. What is the difference between what is the difference between this is the method of JPA repository. What guys? JPA repos. And come on. And delete all by ID. Delete all by ID. Iterable IDs. Okay, guys. Now tell me what this method will do. Generates multiple delete queries. Generates multiple delete queries to delete the records of multiple given IDs. To delete the records of multiple given IDs. Okay, right. Next one. If any one ID is not available, come on, guys. Acha, this one na okay. JPA repository one na 1 minute. 1 minute. We are going in a wrong way na. Generates single delete query. Reverse I am giving. Wait. Okay, guys. Single delete query. To delete records of to delete the records of multiple given IDs. If any ID is not available, if any ID is not available, okay, not available, it will not generate any exception. Generate any exception. Okay, guys. Single delete query having in clause condition. What guys? In clause. Having in clause condition. Okay, guys. Now tell me. Generates multiple delete SQL queries. SQL queries to delete multiple records. To delete multiple records of given IDs. Given IDs. Now listen. If any one ID value is not available, then exception will be thrown. If any one ID value is not available, then exception will be thrown. Are you comfortable, guys? Come on. Okay. Next, what is the difference among the find all methods of different repositories? Because in all three repositories we are having find all methods, right? In all find all methods, what are the differences among the find all methods of different repositories, guys? Of different repositories. Array, we have find all methods in all three repositories. Observe very carefully. Okay, we are in first what repository? JPA repository. Here we are having find all method. Come on. Find all method is there or not there? Come on. Yes, there. Okay. Now you go to crude repository. Here we are having find all method. Is there or not there? Find all method is there. You go to paging and sorting repository. Here also we are having find all method is there or not there? Okay. Seshbhushan Ja, here also find all is there. Here also find all is there. Right. Now listen. Find all in JPA repository. Find all in JPA repository, guys. Find all in JPA repository. Okay. Sorting. Pagination. Next. Sorting, pagination. Passing example object. Passing of example object. Passing of what? Example object. Next, return type. What is this, guys? A return type. Okay, return type. Now listen, sorting is possible with JPA repository method, guys. JPA repository find all support sorting. Yes. Pagination, no. Passing of example object, yes. Return type, come on. Passing of example object is there. Passing of example object is there. Return type is list iterable. Return type is list-t, right? Return type is list-t. That's the one change, guys. Next, what is next one? Find all in crude repository. Find all in crude repository. What about sorting? No. What about pagination? No. Passing of example object? No. What is the return type, guys? Iterability, right? What's the return type? Iterability. Okay. Interviewer may ask the question, are these many find all methods are there? Na? Can you tell me this? Okay, boss. Devash Pandey, sort passing of example object means can we pass example object or not, right? Okay. Yes, that is possible. That is possible. Sorting is possible. Yes, possible. I'm not talking about signatures. I'm talking about whether we can pass or not. That's it. Please try to understand the columns first. Okay. I'm not giving the signatures of method, whether we can pass these objects or not, whether we can do these operations or not. Okay. Fine. Next one. Find all in JPA repository. Find all in JPA repository. Find all in JPA repository. Now tell me, guys. Oh, already JPA is given a paging and sorting repository. Sorting repository. Paging and sorting repository, guys. Now sorting, yes, possible. Pagination, yes, possible. Passing of example object, no. Return type, iterable. Return type is iterability. That's it, guys. These are the differences. Okay. Now listen. Before moving further, yeah, these are the methods I decided to discuss from what JPA repository. Remaining all methods, fine. Okay, remaining all methods, but one more method I would like to talk, guys. One more method I would like to talk. Go to JPA repository. Here you observe save and flush. Save and flush is there. Did you notice that? Save and flush. Saves the entity and change and flushes the changes instantly. Flushes the changes instantly. Is there na? Save and flush. Entity to be saved must not be null and save the entity. Okay. Theoretically, we'll try to understand. Save and flush method. Save and flush method internally performs what? Either save operation or update operation. No doubt. This also will do the same thing. Okay. Now listen carefully. It internally uses flush method to update the changes to database without any transaction manager. Without any transaction manager, by calling flush method, it will make changes reflecting to database software. So overall effect is same, boss, but internals are different. Effect is same, but internals are different. Okay. So for example, you take save method of crude repository. Save method of code repository. Code repository performs save object or update object operation. Update object operation. Okay, operation. In this process, I hope you got the point, guys. Okay, in this process, to commit or roll back the records. In commit or roll back the records. Are you understanding my statement? It takes the benefit of, it takes the support of transaction manager. it takes the support of transaction manager. Which one? Hibernate transaction manager. Okay, like what? tx.commit or tx.rollback. This kind of activities it will do, guys. Okay, now listen. Save and flush method of JPA repository. What, guys? JPA repository perform save object or update object operation. In this process, in this process, it uses flush method. What method? Flush method. Okay, to write the changes to database software without any transaction manager. Transaction manager support. Now listen, those who have studied Hibernate, guys, recollect, without transaction management also we can perform non-select operation by calling flush method. Remember that? By calling flush method. Yes, it takes the support of flush method to write the changes to database software without any transaction manager support. Without any transaction manager support. Is that clear, guys? Okay. Note. Okay. Note, guys. New versions of Hibernate is not supporting only flush method call. Only flush method call. Come on. Only flush method call to perform non-select persistence operation. What, guys? Non-select persistence operation. So, in new versions, internally, in new version, the save and flush method. In new version, the save and flush method internally uses Hibernate transaction manager. Yeah, this is given earlier, boss, but in new versions, it is definitely using what? Hibernate transaction manager. Is that clear, guys? Come on. In new versions of Hibernate are not supporting only flush method call to perform non-select persistence operations, guys. So in new versions, the save and flush method internally uses Hibernate transaction manager support. Overall, in new versions, transaction manager must be used. In old version, there is a small difference, but in new version, such difference is not there. Are you getting my point, guys? One. Those who have done Hibernate with me, they might be understanding this one, guys. Okay. What is flush method? Flush method writes the pending changes. Okay. Changes to DB table rows. Pending changes of different entity objects that are there in session object 2 DB table records. DB table records. DB table records. Are flush means what, guys? Come on. Write the pending changes of different entity objects that are there in session object to DB table. Yes. Suppose you call session.save method. Okay. You call session.flush. In the session one pending operation is there. What is that? Save operation is pending. Completes that. You calls update method or you call delete method. So some pending changes are there, pending persistence activities are there, so those will be reflected to database table. Flush. Okay, what is flush? Okay, moving item from temporary place to real destination, right? Okay, listen, we keep all dust in our home in the dustbin. Okay, at the end of the day, we flush into garbage. We flush into what? GHMC, municipality garbage. So we flush to the municipality garbage, right now? Or we give to some kachra wala, the person who leaves the kachra, right? That is called flushing process or not. So moving anything from temporary place to it's a real destination. It's a real destination. It's a real destination is called. In real destination, definitely we call it as a flushing process, and that will be taken care by this flush method. So we have a flush method separately, and we are save and flush method is there, guys. But now in new version, both are same. In new version, both are same. New versions of Hibernate is not supporting what? Okay, only flush operation to complete non-select persistence operation. Transaction management is compulsory. So that's what I said. Strong knowledge of Hibernate is required in order to enjoy what? Spring Data JPA, or at least its internals. Okay. Fine, boss. Right. So what is the priority of choosing the methods? First priority to CRUD repository, next priority to paging and sorting repository, and last priority to JPA repository. What's the advantage of using more and more CRUD repository and paging and sorting repository, guys? Okay, they are the common repository for even for NoSQL databases, even for NoSQL database. And these two are common repositories if you are using Spring Data in JDBC style also. If you are using Spring Data in JDBC style, if you are using Spring Data for NoSQL databases, if you are using Spring Data for JPA style, CRUD repository and paging and sorting repositories are the common repositories. Are you getting my point, guys? They are the common repositories. So that's why better to use more and more those methods, even though one, two problems are there in the methods, like especially delete all in IDs, delete all is having one, two issues, guys. Okay. Arvind Varma, just now I'm giving statement and again you are saying which repository industry uses. That's what I'm trying to say. Great guy, boss. I'm asking to use more and more CRUD repository, and you are saying what? Which repository industry uses? Okay. Prefer using, okay, CRUD repository and paging repository. Paging repository. A lot, because these are common repositories. Common repositories while using Spring Data in Spring Data JDBC, Spring Data JPA, and Spring Data for NoSQL database softwares. Okay, no SQL database softwares. So this is the conclusion, guys. Now listen, custom persistence operation. Listen, whatever methods we have seen in the repository interfaces, guys, what they are saying. Okay, I I will execute the query with my given condition for based on the given inputs. No, I want based on other conditions. Not possible. So then we have to think about going for custom persistence operations in Spring Data JPA. So custom persistence operations. Custom persistence operations in Spring Data JPA. Custom persistence operations in Spring Data JPA. Now, listen, to perform persistence operations with our choice conditions, with our choice conditions. Okay, next, with our choice condition. To perform persistence operation with our choice conditions, come on, to execute JPQL, JPQL means Java Persistence Query Language, or HQL, Hibernate Query Language, comma, SQL queries, SQL queries, SQL queries, to call, what guys? To call PL SQL procedures and functions. Procedures and functions. We need to place different types of custom methods in repository interfaces. We need to place different types of custom methods in repository interfaces. So far we are enjoying what? Ready-made methods that are given. Here SQL queries are nothing but native queries. Dharmendra Kumar of Knowledge Fellow. Native queries are SQL queries are one and the same. Okay. Right, guys. Okay. What are those? Number one, the following custom methods are possible, guys. Number one, finder methods, guys. Finder methods only for select operations. We can use these finder methods only for select operation. Next, finder methods. Next one, query methods. Query methods. Are you getting my point? Okay. To execute, come on. To execute HQL or JPQL, comma, SQL, native SQL queries. Native SQL queries. Number C, @query, comma, @modifying methods. @query, comma, @modifying methods. Okay, HQL native SQL select queries. Here also select queries only. This is there to execute non-select queries, boss. This is there to execute non-select queries. Native SQL non-select. That means insert, update, delete kind of thing, boss. So these are the three options that we are having. Okay, boss. Finder methods first we will discuss. Finder methods, guys. Now listen. These are custom. Yes, meaning entity manager is like session object in original JPA. We never work with that. We never work with that in Spring Data JPA directly or indirectly. If you are not using Hibernate, if you are using Sun Microsystem JPA directly, then we will be working with what? Entity manager. It's like session object. Okay. It's not legacy. It's not legacy. Spring Data JPA internally uses such objects in while working with the JPA repository methods. It's not legacy. It's not that. Those will be used when you are using JPA directly. When you are working with Hibernate, how you are using session object directly. When you are working with JPA directly, okay, then you'll be working with entity manager. Got it? So in Spring Data JPA, we got abstraction on Hibernate. We got abstraction on what? JPA. That's why we never work with the session object, session factory object, entity manager objects manually. They will be used internally. If you see the definition of all these methods, okay, in JPA, for JPA repository method, internally entity manager will be there. For when it comes to what? A code repository and paging and sorting repository method, internally, directly, indirectly, as a session object will be utilized. What will be utilized? Session object will be utilized. Okay, guys. Now listen. One small thing I want to cover. Other day, we didn't get that much clarity on this property, what this property will do. Listen, guys. Everyone, please focus. Then I will move to finder methods. This actually performs lazy loading, boss. While performing lazy loading, internally, session objects will be created. Are you understanding my point? Internally, lot of session objects will be created. Session object with a transaction object will be created. So this property tells performs lazy loading, but don't try to create new session object. Try to work with existing session objects. Hibernate session objects I am talking. Hibernate session object I am talking. Perform lazy loading, but while performing each lazy loading, you don't try to create new session object, new transaction object. You try to work with already created session object and transaction object and to complete the lazy loading process. That's the purely internals, you need not to bother. But okay, in recent versions, instead of @transactional, we are supposed to write this line, boss. This is what I have given in what last class notes also. Okay, na? Fine. Okay, now listen carefully. These are custom abstract methods. Abstract methods. Methods placed in. Okay, placed in our repository interface. Which will be converted into select SQL queries. What queries? Which will be converted into select SQL queries internally. Okay, which will be converted into select SQL queries internally. Okay, guys. Supports both entity select operations, entity select operations. What is that? Selecting all record. What is the all column values of records? All column values of records. Selecting all column values of records and scalar operation, entity select operation and scalar select operation. What do you mean by scalar select operation, guys? Okay, selecting specific specific one or specific one or more columns of column values of the records. Selecting specific one or more column values of the records, guys. It supports both. Okay. Now listen. Select star from student entity query because we are selecting all the column values, guys. Okay. Example 2. Select SNO SADD from student. This is scalar query. This is scalar query. Next. Example 3. Select SADD from student. This is also scalar query. Example 4. Are you getting my point there? Okay. Yeah. Select count star. Okay. Select count star from student. This is also scalar query, guys. This is also even aggregate functions also comes under scalar operations. I'm just telling what is possible, guys. Okay. Entity select operation and scalar select operation. Okay. Fine, boss. Supports both entity select operation. This one, boss. Right. Now listen. We can prepare finder methods. Finder methods having one or more conditions. One or more conditions with different classes. With different classes like different classes like and are in etc. With the different condition classes, guys. With the different classes. Okay. So let me give the basic syntax, guys. Syntax. Public is optional, but if you take nice, no problem, because by default all methods in interface are public, boss. I need not to highlight that. Then return type, guys. Yeah. Based on the operation, we have to decide the return type. Find by is compulsory. Find by is compulsory. Are you getting my point, guys? Okay. Find by. property name or names. Either you can pass single property or multiple properties. Find by property name or names. Here params. You can take the parameter of your choice. Different parameters you can take, guys. To provide inputs, boss, they will act as what? Inputs. These parameters will act as what? Inputs. When you call method, you'll pass arguments, na? You will pass inputs. Okay. We'll see one small example, then we will go to what? Other one. Yes. You can take any repository, no problem. All three repositories supports this concept. Who implements, guys? Oh, 1 minute. Find by property names. 1 minute. Find by property name. If needed, you can write condition. If needed, you can write condition. Condition. Conditions. Okay. Don't worry much about the syntax. Now listen. Here we have to pass this. Who provides implementation for these methods? You and me are Spring Data JPA. Spring Data JPA. Where it provides in the in-memory proxy class, right? Using which code it will provide? Internally it will generate HQL or JPQL. Internally it will generate SQL queries, guys. Internally it will generate SQL queries based on the finder methods we use. Got it or not? Okay, note. 1 minute. HQL Hibernate query language. Next, JPQL Java persistence query language. Query language. Okay. Now listen. First, let me give clarity on it, boss. JPQL is the specification, boss. JPQL is the specification. Specification. JPQL is the specification. Now listen. That specification can be implemented in different angles, guys. Okay. In Hibernate, it is HQL. Okay. Okay. In Hibernate, it is called HQL. HQL. Come on. In Hibernate, HQL. Now tell me. In some other programming language, some other wording. Okay. EasyBQL. EasyBQL. In EasyB entity beans, it is EasyBQL. EasyB entity beans, it is EasyBQL. Okay. In IB, it is some other name. Some other QL. I really don't know that. Okay. In some other, okay. In other persistence logic. Maybe in IB, it is some other name. Okay. JPQL is the specification to write the queries, boss. In Hibernate, they are called HQL. In EasyB, they are called EasyBQL. Okay. In other language, that is called in some other QL. I hope you are understanding my statement. So if someone asks a difference between HQL and JPQL, both are one and the same. Okay, JPQL is like what? Plan, and HQL is the real implementation. JPQL is like course browser, HQL is the faculty. JPQL is like JDBC specification, HQL is the JDBC driver. So this is the plan, this is the implementation. Got the point or not? Okay, JPQL is like building planning, and HQL is the building itself, building construction itself. Okay, now listen carefully, boss. Yeah, scalar queries are also scalar queries also can be called as scalar operations. Scalar select operations can also be called as projections. Can also be called as projections. Is that clear? Projection, scalar operation, one and the same, boss. One and the same. Selecting all column values, entity operation. Selecting specific one or more column values, scalar operations. Are you getting my point? Okay. Now let's see some one first example, guys. Then we will go for this one. Spring Data JPA, fourth one, finder methods. Finder methods. Entity operations. Entity queries. Entity queries. Finder methods. Finder methods means generally it is custom methods only. Finder methods means custom method. There is no need of highlighting separately. Okay. Right. Now listen. Let us empty everything, boss. Repository anyhow empty. Service class, let me empty this one. Okay. Let us close all IMPL. Yes. Let me empty this one. Done, boss. Go to runner class. Let me empty the runner class also. Let me empty the runner also. Okay, boss. Now come here. Go to repository, boss. Repository. Okay, this is a repository interface. This is not service class, service interface. Are you seeing that? Okay. Public list or iterable, your choice. You can take anything. List. Okay. List corona vaccine. Corona vaccine. Find by. Find by. Property name. You have to give property names correctly, boss. So many property names anyhow mapped with column names now, boss. Okay. Find by company. Find by company. Yeah, this can be uppercase, no problem. As for method conventions, you can take. Find by company. Sir, you are not writing any condition. Okay, you are not writing any condition. Actually, you can write find by company. Okay, less than, greater than. Some conditions you can write, guys. But if you don't write any condition, the default condition is equal. Equal. Find by company. Okay. Equal operator will be applied. String company. Now listen. This name and this name need not to match, but if matched, fine and good. If matched, fine and good. Arrays, if Eclipse settings are disturbed, if these two are not matched, sometime finder methods will not work. That time you have to set right the settings, boss. See, there is no rule this one and this one should match. If matched, fine and good. If not matched, also it should work. But if Eclipse settings are disturbed, it will force you to match. Okay, that time we have to do some settings in the Eclipse. I will do that. One day I struggled for some time. That's why I remembered that point. Corona vaccine. Okay. That's it, boss. Sir, me, what is the query it will generate internally? Select. Okay, all columns. That means star. Select actually, it never writes the star symbol yet. It will give the column names only, individual column names only. That all column names it will specify. Okay, what are those? Okay, we'll keep the habit of original query writing only. Corona vaccine, name, company, country, price, required dose count. Okay, registration number, name, company. Never star symbol never comes, guys. It always write column names. All columns, it will write all column name. You check any find operation methods, any finder method generated query, you never see star symbol. And writing star symbol in the select query is a bad practice. While teaching JDBC, Hibernate, I shouted many times, right? Tomorrow, number of columns are increased, decreased. Star symbol gives problem. If you write the property names or column names, it would be nice. Okay, no. This comment is not compulsory. I'm just keeping for idea what will be internally. Company. Tell me next one is what? Price. Price. Next. And moreover, column names are readable, improves the readability also. Country, name, country, required dose count. Country, required dose count. Required dose count. Required dose count. From which table, guys? From which table? From Corona underscore vaccine. From Corona underscore vaccine. Vaccine. Where company is equal to question mark. Company is equal to question mark. Okay, two more things, guys. Number one, registration underscore number, required underscore dose underscore count. Required underscore dose underscore count. Everyone getting my point, guys? Right. Here we are having finder methods, boss. In this finder, that's it. Only declaration is enough. Okay. Entire logic will be taken care by whom? Spring Data JPA. Okay. It internally uses this kind of query. Internally generates that kind of query. Only for knowledge sake, I have given, boss. And sir, right now you didn't write any condition. I said, no, if no condition is given, the default condition is equals. The default. Now go here. Let us use that one in the management service, boss. Here is what? Declaration of the man. Okay. Fetch list. Corona vaccine. Fetch vaccines by. This is my service class method. Fetch vaccines by company. See, my choice property I am involving as a criteria column. My choice column I am able to take earlier only IDs, max to max IDs. Everything happened as based on IDs. But now I have a freedom to take other criteria values or not. Okay, fetch vaccines by company, string company. String company. Cool, guys. Next, go for implementation. Go for implementation. Yes, boss. Now tell me here. Use repo. Use repo. Repository. Directly I am calling, boss. Why to go for multiple times? Return corona repo dot. Corona repo dot. Tell me, guys. What is the finder method? I created new finder method. Find by company. Find by company is ours one. Right. Done, boss. Select operation, no need of going for anything. Now runner class, guys, here is my runner class. So, okay, here is my runner class. Runner, array find by use Sandeep K, how can you use as optional for single object na? Sandeep K, yes. Right. Yes, I'll cover associations also. Don't worry, Mr. Ma. We'll see how to work with large objects. We will see how to work with date values. We will see how to work with associations. You will see how to call procedures. It's a big discussion. It's not going to over in 1-2 days. Now tell me system.out.println later, guys. Okay, first of all, let me call service dot fetch vaccines by company. Which company, guys? I think we have taken so many companies there. Is there any common company, guys? Pfizer. Pfizer is there 2 times, 3 times. Pfizer. Okay. This is the speller. I think we have taken same spell, different spell. Pfizer. Okay, fine. Right. Dot for each system dot out colon println. This is method reference, boss. Okay. I'm not writing try catch. If you write also not a issue. Okay. I'm not writing any unchecked exception because yes, boss. Now control F11. Achha, once you run this one separately, boss. First, otherwise previous one will execute sometimes. Okay. Right click, run on Spring Boot application. You see this select query will be generated automatically, guys. Select query is generated automatically by having equal to symbol. Company is equal to. I said star symbol won't come. It will give column names with alias names. It will give column names with alias name. Check it out. Select Corona registration as registration 1. Okay. This is the column name. Alias name is this. This is column name. This is alias name. Okay. Are you observing this, boss? Come on. Right. Equal to symbol has come. If no condition is given, default condition is equal to. That's why you observe, boss. You observe. Okay. Why underscore? Array, other day when you create the table by using update option, uppercase, lowercase, uppercase letters are, those are having camel case underscore symbol is generated, Ragesh Magar. That means you are not doing practicals, Ragesh. Shame on you. Clear, guys? Array, select query will come on column names. Other day, when I use update option, tables are created. When the table creation process, when the property name is there, okay, property name is there and property name is there in a mixed case. What happened? Underscore symbol is generated, right? Fine. Okay, fine, boss. So that's why underscore symbol is there. Yes. I think easy, boss. Okay. Query has come. Equal to symbol is applied. Easy or not easier? Okay. Now listen. Same meaning will come if I write another one. All are having same meaning, boss. Public list corona vaccine. Okay. Find by company equals. Find by company equals. And a condition. Next part is condition. Okay. Meaning is same. I said now when nothing is applied, equals will be applied automatically. Find by company equals. Oh, I think everywhere I have to change. Everywhere I have to change, boss. That's another headache we are having nowadays. Okay, if I change there, here also I have to change. Find by company equals. Okay, nice. Find by company equals. Go to runner class, guys. Uh, Save it, paste it. Okay, here same, here same. Sorry, here I didn't change the method. Now fine. Okay, Control F11. Control F11. See, guys, same effect has come now, boss. Same effect has come. Company is equal to. And let me make sure that it can be written in one more way also. So if you don't give condition, default is that. Yes. This is my repository interface. Let me give the feeling. All are one and the same. Company is string company. String company. Now tell me, go to service IMPL, boss. Service IMPL. Oh, find by company is company. Go to runner class now. Control F11. Coming or not coming? Again, equal to symbol is coming. So all the meaning is same, boss. Meaning is same. Okay. Now listen. Right. Okay, guys. Yeah, I will introduce other things later. One by one, I'll introduce. In class is there. Okay, less than, greater than. So many things are there. Wait. Right now, I am giving single company. There is no need of using in class. Use basic common sense. Okay, right now I am not using multiple company names. In class is not required, but I'll introduce. In class is also possible. Okay, now suppose here property name and here property a parameter name not matching. Control F11. Generally, you should not get problem. Any problem is there, guys? Any problem is there? Any problem is there? Are you getting my point? Okay. Are J Ravi, what is there to explain in service IMPL? You and your psychological feeling. I called the finder method. I call the size. What is there in that, boss? Array, 1 minute. Sudarshan Padale, such a idiot fellow. I have applied condition on company in a name. In the name, you have to look at name, you have to look at company. See the output properly, Ra Babu. Are you worried about vaccine name or you are worried about company name here? Company name, right? Okay. Next. Okay, guys. Now listen. What is there in the service class, boss? I'm just calling the finder method. I'm just calling the finder method. But are you going to write the logics? We are not going to write the logics. Spring Data JPA internally take care of writing logics, guys. Okay. Now listen. So if I don't match, not a problem. Check it out. Am I matching? Am I matching names? No. But in your IDE, sometime error may come. When error comes, open the properties, Java compiler, yeah. Sometimes this checkbox will not be there, boss. Okay. Related to methods, one checkbox will be there. Related to method. Store information about method parameters. Store information about this should be on. If this is not there, you may get problems. If that is not there, you may get problems if both names are not matching. Let me try. Okay, earlier I got the error, that's why I remembered. Okay. Okay, fine. Error is not coming, but make sure that if you get error, okay, parameter is not matching, then make sure that the checkbox is selected. That checkbox is selected, boss. Always remember, one day I struggled for what? Half an hour. That's why I still remember this point. You'll still remember this point. Okay, something like this, parameter not matching, all this stuff. Santosh, you attend classes regularly. No DAOs are required. No DAOs are required. No DAOs are required because DAO is internally generated proxy class. That's why you never write DAO. Okay, boss. Next. Because the Spring Data JPA generated proxy class itself DAO, boss. Right. So shall we get into the discussion now? Okay. The implementations for the implementation of finder methods. Okay, guys. Finder methods. Finder method takes place in come on guys, takes place in the in-memory proxy class, in the Spring Data JPA generated in-memory proxy class. In-memory proxy class. Right. Okay. And one small thing, let me show, guys. One small thing, let me show. Suppose I have given invalid property name. Suppose instead of company, by mistake, I have given like this. By mistake, I have given like this. Right. So check it out. Invalid derived query. No property found. Corona vaccine. Did you mean by company? Did you mean by company? Did you observe that? Basically, error is coming. Okay, guys. It's happily giving error or not there. Find by company. Find by company. No, sir, I have given something like this. Find by company ABC. Since find by company ABC, invalid query, no property ABC found. See this half type string is getting error or not there? Is happily giving error or not there? Okay. Okay. If you write wrong property name, we are getting the error here. So invalid property names are not allowed. Are you getting my point? Invalid property names are not allowed. Is that clear? Okay. Fine. Now let me give the example, guys. If you take finder method without any condition, the default condition that will be applied is equals on the given property. Property means here column, boss. Come on. Property or column on the given. Right? Let me give this first example, guys. Right. Code in repository interface. First time I am giving some code in repository interface, guys. Code in repository interface. Yes, boss. This is the repository interface, boss. Done. Next, code in service interface. Now onwards, two declarations, guys. One is in repository interface. One is in what? Service interface. Service interface is regular one. Don't confuse yourself. Code in service interface. Yes, boss. Okay. Code in service IMPL class. Code in service IMPL class. Code in service IMPL class. Here is my service IMPL class, guys. First time now, let me give everything. Done. Next, code in runner class. Okay, code in runner class. Where is runner was? Here is the runner. First time now, let me give everything. Okay, guys. Are you understanding my point, guys? Come on. Right. These are the various things that you have to focus. Right. Now, if you go for note, invalid property names are not allowed. Invalid property names in finder method. Finder methods are not allowed. Not allowed. Come on. Next, all the three are same. All these three methods are same. All these three methods are same. All these three methods are same, guys. Okay. Let me give one final proof, then we will move further, guys. Where is that, go to service IMPL. Go to service IMPL. Here, sysout corona repo dot class. Okay, class name. Next, arrays dot toString. Arrays dot toString. Corona repo dot get class dot get declared methods. Get class dot get declared methods. I just want to give the feeling, yes, finder method is implemented inside that. Finder method is implemented inside that. Control F11, guys. Now listen, implementation class name is coming, but along with that, I want to see the methods that are generated. Okay. Listen, class name is this. Okay. Inside that, we are having a lot of method. Equals method is there. 1 minute. Like this, we cannot check, boss. Lot of methods will be there. Lot of common methods also will be there, boss. Okay. Lot of methods are there, but you search for our method, guys. See these many methods. Inherited methods. See, all inherited methods also there. Why? They are inherited and implemented here. So we have to search for ours one. What is ours one? Find by. Find by. Array, you search Rababu, somewhere it will be there. Find by. Let me put in the starting. Control find by. Yes. Yes. We have a find by company is there or not there. Why is these many? Array, code repository 12 methods, paging, sorting and repository 2 methods, and JPA repository another 15 methods, plus lot of default methods, supporting methods. Come on. All of them will be implemented by whom? JPA repository, Spring Data JPA itself. Where? In the proxy class. Are you getting my point there? It's a purely proxy design pattern. It's a purely proxy design pattern. Proxy class generation means proxy design pattern only. Is it clear, guys? Proxy class generated means definitely proxy design pattern is involved. That's the reason we don't write any DAO class. Santosh and as other people asked, why there is no DAO? Why there is no DAO? We don't write, this is self DAO. The in-memory proxy class itself acting as a DAO. Then why should I write DAO? Clear, my dears? Convinced? At least now you got idea. Fine. Okay, all these methods are not implemented by us, implemented by inside in-memory proxy class. These many methods are there. Check it out. Some supporting methods also will be there. Right, guys? Thank you. Sashbhushan sir, here I can be do lazy loading, eager loading. Find by ID is doing eager loading only, na boss. Find by ID is doing eager loading only. Got it? Fine. Okay, guys. Thank you, boss. Have a nice time.